Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys your Divine Masculine weekly forecast. So today's theme is our souls belong together. So I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either a separation or a challenge in their connection. So please keep that in mind and only take what resonates for you at the end of the day. All the decks I'll be using here today, as well as this Organite, will be listed in the description box down below. So how I carved out today's outline is by using a deck from Firewitch Tarot called Love and Lust. I was just drawn to do this. So we're actually going to be going into more than usual. We're going to be doing 4 different categories here, and then we're going to shift over onto the extended and do 6 more, I believe, over there. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and let's go ahead and get started. So let me just put out this. There we go, because I want to make sure it's not just going to continue to smoke. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to focus on for you guys is what flashbacks of your connection is your Divine Masculine having at this time. So the card is in a daze, flashbacks of our passionate adventures. So what are some of those flashbacks that your Divine Masculine is having about you and your connection? So let's see what this looks like. All right. What are the flashbacks that your Divine Masculine is having about you and your connection at this time? We have open heart. It says, ready for true love, seeing the divine in self, opening to unconditional love, healing past heartache, genuine intentions, and meeting the one. Wow. Okay. So the flashback that your masculine is currently having right now, feminine, is just when the two of you first met, how he actually felt like you were the one that he was looking for. But not always when we ask to meet our person are we ready. We might think that we're ready, but when it actually comes along, we may be triggered. There might be inadequacies and things that we just are still dealing with that cause us to feel like maybe we're not ready or we're not good enough. And so I kind of feel like this may have been the spiritual awakening, but then of course with the spiritual awakening does sometimes come those triggers, and it may have triggered this Divine Masculine to close his heart. So we have open heart. So it's like opening the heart chakra. The heart chakra cracked open when the two of you guys came together. And it was a very meaningful, intense experience for this masculine. So he thinks back on how passionate that was. He thinks back on how deeply he fell for you at that particular time. He may have closed up. The heart chakra may have closed back up, but we do have that open heart. And it's funny, the song from Madonna, Open Your Heart to Me, is coming through. So I don't know if that has any significance for you guys. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards and just see what this energy is. What this energy of this flashback is. But definitely this person here in this picture is reflecting back. They're reflecting back on a time of meeting the one, meeting that person that was very meaningful for them. So this is a current flashback. All right, let's see what else. We have the Chariot here. To me, this is telling me that you guys were, when you first met, it's like it was moving, like it moved real fast. Could have moved real fast, real quick, okay? It could have ended as quickly as it started as well, so it could have been very abrupt, things like that. But the Chariot is about 2 people that are on the same page. And I feel like for a time, you and this masculine feminine were on the same page. But Chariot's also destiny to me. There's a feeling of fate with the Chariot. So again, there's that feeling of meeting the one, being destined to be together, feeling all of that energy, the heart chakra cracked open. But the Chariot to me is distance as well. Maybe it means that we need to travel down like a road. And I feel like maybe the two of you guys at some point on the journey separated because there was just a difference in what the two of you guys were maybe ready for, etc. So this masculine thinks about the direction of your connection, where you guys started versus where you guys are at now. And obviously, if you're resonating with my readings, it's probably because you are experiencing a challenge or a separation with this particular Divine Masculine. So he thinks about that. He thinks about your journey. He thinks about what you guys went through, where you guys started versus where you guys are at now, but also what could possibly be in the future too. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so the King of Pentacles to me, this is, first of all, this is Cancer's energy and Taurus energy. So immediately the message I am picking up on for this particular message, I'm going to move this so that way we're not getting blur here with the cards. Sometimes that happens with the candle. So for me, the King of Pentacles is somebody who sometimes will value earthly possessions over connection. And it may be that when you met this particular masculine, that it may have been where he was at on his journey, is still trying to figure out who he was in the world, what his purpose was, what his place was in the world, basically. And he may not have found himself in that way. And this could be what either caused the demise or caused him to go in another direction. His heart was open to this experience, but I feel like somewhere it closed off, and it could have been this masculine may not have felt like he was financially stable enough. He may not have felt that he had found himself in the world yet. So all of that stuff is coming. So he's thinking back on where he was at, and I feel like when he's thinking back on how he was not ready when you came into his life. So that's a flashback. Yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, but there's a lot of commitment to the King of Pentacles. So you see, you guys, this masculine's journey, even though he was connected to you and opened his heart space to you, this experience, though, where he was at in his life at the time, he was going to commit and dedicate more time and focus to being the King of Pentacles. And to me, the King of Pentacles is somebody who is, interested in the material world. And not that that's a bad thing. It doesn't mean that this masculine cared more about money and things than he did about you. It's just that if you don't feel like you have a foot in the world or a place in the world, or you know what you're doing, that's something that can gnaw at you. And it could gnaw at you to the point where you feel like you don't have time for a relationship and you want to dedicate all of your time to your focus or your craft. So I feel like there's some sort of a specific craft that this masculine has, or a talent, and that's the road that he chose over this connection. So he goes back and he flashes back to the decision that he made and going down a separate road from you, Divine Feminine. That's how I'm seeing this, okay? So let's see what else. What else is the flashback? What other flashbacks is he having of your connection? Interesting, we have fading. Okay, so it says someone is losing interest, a new connection tapering off, initial attraction that turns cold, and off energy, dancing around an issue someone calls less. So to me, this is the pullback. This masculine's initial reaction to you, feminine, when he met you was his heart was open, but it closed. I'm not saying it closed completely, but it started to fade. It was new and it was exciting. And I feel like once the honeymoon might have been over here, reality set in, responsibility set in. It's kind of like when the high is, gone and we're kind of coming back down to earth. These things are still there. Our bills, our troubles, our responsibilities, that doesn't go away just because we're flying around on cloud nine. So when we come back down to reality, sometimes that reality can be a crashing feeling. And that's just what I'm seeing here for this masculine. So I feel like when you guys initially came together, it was very passionate. It was very magical. It was almost a high. But then when that high was kind of fading away, reality set in, and this masculine realized, hey, you know what? I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot of things that I'm working on. I have a lot of things that I want to do in this life. So I feel like that's where you guys were no longer on the same page, and this masculine went into this direction and then you went off into the other direction. So he's thinking about this, reflecting on that past. With the Lovers. Yeah, there was a choice. Masculine made some sort of choice. It's not that there was no love here. We have the open heart. We have a connection here, obviously. When two souls come together, especially two souls that have a history, whether it's in another lifetime or it's just a specific soul contract, you feel a connection, you feel something very strong, something very significant changes in you and shifts within you. But sometimes it can awaken also other parts of you that need examining. And that's just how I'm seeing this. So this particular masculine had a choice to continue to open up his heart and completely unify with you, feminine, or go off in another direction and choose himself. And I see ultimately he ended up choosing himself. That's what I'm seeing. So he thinks back on this. That's Gemini's energy, by the way, and Virgo. So we've got Cancer, Virgo, Gemini, and Taurus. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, Eight of Wands is quick moving energy. As fast as it happened is as quickly as it was out. So a real high and a real low here, I'm seeing. And I feel like this choice, once it was made, this masculine may have traveled away from you with the Eight of Wands. He may have just flown out of your life like like blowing in the wind, just blew away from your life like the wind. Wave Temperance. Yeah, feeling like it wasn't the right time. This is Sagittarius energy now. Feeling like it wasn't the right time. It's interesting. This masculine, I feel, when he left or when he faded from your life, feminine, he actually thought he didn't think it was permanent. He thought he would actually go out and maybe get some clarity, figure something out, and then come back to this. I don't think he really thought it would be forever. Maybe it's kind of feeling that way now. Maybe this has been a very long separation. But I'm not seeing that in his mind at the time that he was thinking he would never see you again. There was this feeling when the time was right, these two cups would come back together. That's how I'm seeing this. All right, let's see what else. We have breaking news. Interesting. So this says, urgent message arrives, long-awaited phone call or text, someone you haven't heard from in a while, news that shocks you, nervous chatter. Ooh, okay. So the flashback could be something that was shocking, like shocking news that was brought to your attention, news that was brought to the masculine's attention. He's having a flashback of whatever this is. Ooh, Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is a card of rejection. The Four of Cups it was maybe breaking news. It was a shock. I almost feel like it was a tower for you, feminine. Everything that you thought was going really well, and then all of a sudden, bam, very quickly, this masculine just said, you know what, I'm not feeling it. I need to do this. I need some time. I need a break, etc. And this came to as a very shocking news for you. And I feel because it did say something about somebody's calling less, this is what's happened here with the messaging. You know, the news, the communication with this masculine started to fade away, taper off. So it might have felt like it was a sudden decision, but I feel like this masculine was dissatisfied with whatever was going on in his life, not necessarily you, feminine, but it may have appeared that he wasn't interested in you. And the thing is, it's not to say like, you know, if obviously if you really want something, you're going to fight to make it work. So there's that, there is that reality. But I feel like when we're dissatisfied and we're not happy with ourselves, then we're not really going to be able to be happy with anyone else. It's not necessarily about them. It's more about us. That's my point. So he thinks about when he rejected you, or he thinks about where he became so dissatisfied with his life. We have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands to me was his foundation. Wherever he was at, whatever he was building in his life, he was not happy with it. He wasn't happy with the way things were going. So I feel like, you know, this shocking news that this masculine was no longer interested in being together or wanting to work this through or wanted to separate from you, it probably shook the whole foundation for you like a tower. So he's thinking back on how much this really affected your connection. And we have the Seven of Wands. But look, see the road that you guys were traveling on, right? The chariot. This is masculinity laying on the road, not really sure, like can't move forward. Seven of Wands is a card where we're really needing, like we're putting our hands up. Look at that, putting his hand up. So it's like blocking something. I can't build this. I can't commit. The Four of Wands is also a card of commitment. I'm blocking commitment. I'm blocking building. I'm blocking moving forward for some reason. So this is interesting. Lot of stuff here for flashbacks. So masculine's thinking a lot about the magic between the two of you and everything that you guys had in the beginning, but he's also thinking about everything that caused the separation. So those are the flashbacks right now. So why don't we go ahead and go into the next card, which is fear, causing blockages, holding back due to fear of the wrong reaction. So what is this divine masculine holding back in fear of getting the wrong reaction from you? Let's see. What is this masculine holding back in fear of getting the wrong reaction from you, divine feminine? Okay, we have falling victim to temptation, mistakes, and lessons, sinner. So it's just basically a figure of speech. You know, somebody sinned, right? You know, a sinner. Obviously, we're all humans. We're all going to sin. So this masculine may have done something feminine. He may have lied. He may have stepped out. He may have done something that he's not proud of. And so this is something where maybe he is holding back in fear that you're not going to forgive him, that you're going to give him a lashing if he confronts you, but just attempts to approach you. So this may be where he's holding back, is because he has acted in a certain way that is just not, it just wasn't on the up and up, basically. Oh, interesting. We have strength, unstoppable. This masculine could have stopped this. He could have held back, but he chose not to. He chose to go into temptation. That's why I feel like that temptation word is there. He could have said no. He could have done something differently. He didn't have to do something, but he did it. So this to me is an embarrassment. It's shame. And this is one of the reasons why he holds back from connecting with you or contacting you or reaching out to you. That's what I'm seeing here. What else? Yep, look at that. No, he's afraid you're going to say no. He's afraid, like, you've drawn the line. You lied to me. You did something that just is unforgivable. So this right here is this masculine's fear that's causing him to hold back from you completely, because he doesn't feel like you can get past it. We have the 10 of Ashes, which is the 10 of Pentacles, sanctuary. You don't feel safe. You don't feel safe with this masculine, or whatever he's done here. It would take a lot to rebuild your trust. And it doesn't mean that this masculine is just going to give up, but it's like, you know what, sometimes it's a little too late. And that might be him just really focusing more on that fear and leaning more towards that, instead of leaning towards hope and confidence that he can perhaps, change your mind, or at least work to gain your trust again. I feel like this masculine is more focused on the shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Focus more on the shadow here. We have time keeps slipping. So it says endless waiting, long separation. This is interesting. So I'm kind of feeling this too. I'm feeling that some of you guys have been in a very long separation with this particular masculine. And it may be that this masculine has been holding back for quite some time. And it's like time keeps slipping. We just keep making excuses like, you know what? You're probably not going to receive me well, so I'm just not going to reach out. And then more time goes on. Yeah, more time goes on. Yep, in the distance. So I keep putting it off. That's what it is. It's always in the distance, maybe one day. So I am getting this from this masculine, is that in fear of you being cross at him, angry at him, non-forgiving of him not being able to handle that rejection or handle those feelings, or just his own shame. It's just easier for him to just 3 of Wands, put it out there as an option one day, but not really making it a reality. So it's just in the distance. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it a year from now. I'll do it later. I'll do it sometime in the future. I just can't do it today. So this fear keeps blocking this masculine from moving forward with you. Yep, clouded judgment, unbalanced, skewed, illusion. So yeah, to me, this is like the moon card. The masculine right now is in the... he's under the influence of the moon, and the moon is a lack of clarity. It's confusion, it's fear, it's all of those things. Clouded judgment. We're very cloudy when we're under the moon's influence. We can't make things out to be clear. Our fears are running the show. But there's also a period of reflection with the moon too. So this masculine may have been reflecting on what to do about this for a long time. Yeah, look at that tower. It's like almost like it would be a bombshell to come back into your life. You may not expect it. And this masculine kind of knows that if he were to return to your life, feminine, it would be a total bomb dropped on you, because maybe you just, it would be a shocker. That's what I'm seeing here. And I also feel, feminine, that in a way you may have been this masculine's tower moment. There may have been something, or this is like something that will occur at some point on this journey for him, that he is going to have that major tower moment. Because if he's clouded and he's stuck and he's just feeding these fears, or just constantly leaning into those fears, the way that tower moments work, it's a part of our soul contract. It's the universe working in mysterious ways to wake us up and get our attention. And I just feel like there could be something that's tied to either you or just tied to his journey period that is going to shake the shit out of him to get things clear. Like the sun is going to come from the tower. The sun is right after the moon. So basically, once that moon is cleared, the sun's out, and the sun illuminates everything. It illuminates the shadows, it illuminates the darkness, and we can see clearly. And I feel like that is something, but this tower moment has to happen first. So until this tower moment, either takes place or takes effect, because this Tower moment could have already happened, but it may be that this the realizations have not come yet from this Tower moment. So this will be up to the masculine whenever he is ready to see things. So it might be that right now he's not wanting to reflect, he's deflecting, he's too afraid to admit something. That's just kind of where he's at. So that is what we have for what is blocking him from coming towards you. So now we're going to look at the energy here of come to me. I'm calling you in, manifesting you home. Come to me, my love. So how is your energy, divine feminine, currently calling out to your divine masculine? Let's take a look at this. How is your energy calling out to this divine masculine? I love that. Oh my gosh, I love this for you so much, feminine. Self-love. It says you advocate a healthy lifestyle, taking good care of your body, mind, and spirit, teaching others to give love back to themselves. So feminine, what I'm seeing for you is the more that you show up for yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more that this energy is actually calling out to the divine masculine, calling him to come to you, to pull him back into your sphere, to pull him back into your life. And it's not that you're doing something to fight against or to work against his free will. It's just that this vibration is so high that it's actually causing a little bit of a uplifting of that negative energy that he is currently under, like that cloud right now. It's helping to dissipate some of that debris, if that makes sense, because you guys are energetically connected. So any of the psychic junk or any of the stuff that you guys are holding on to does affect the connection. But we're not bending another's free will. It's just that we're eliminating some of the stuff that's there. All right, let's see what else. Wow. Okay. You're going for it, feminine, meaning you're moving forward. You're going towards your destiny with or without your masculine. I mean, you may feel that you're destined to be with your masculine, but that does not necessarily guarantee that you will be with your divine masculine. Destiny is destiny. There is a map that we, there's like a destined map that we follow, and we follow that. It's not like we're actually looking at a map, but we feel guided to go in this direction or go into that direction. We feel magnetically pulled to do certain things. That's our destiny that's calling us. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're always going to listen to that, or that maybe we feel pulled for some reason or attracted to something that actually is really turns out to be a pretty negative experience. We're still learning something, but it's actually keeping us from our destiny. We're hanging on to things that we shouldn't be hanging on to. So what I'm getting here, though, is you're taking the wheel of your life. You're taking control and you're moving forward. And you're saying to yourself, you know what? This journey is about me too. And I'm going to start living my life accordingly. And I feel like this very empowered energy might actually help or inspire the masculine to do the same. Because right now he seems to be stuck under that moon's illusion and that moon's cloud, that darkness. Okay. What else? How else is he feeling your energy? We have wild child. I love this. The wild, rebellious side of you keeps people on a roller coaster. You're not afraid to break the rules and rebel against authority to achieve your goals. So your wild card right now, feminine, this masculine actually doesn't know where you stand, doesn't know where he's at with you. And in a way that's kind of good, because if things are predicted, if you know what's going to happen, or you like, I have it in the bag, you may not make effort towards that thing. You may not be as enticed or excited to do things. So I feel like because you're a wild card right now, where the masculine's not sure if you're going to forgive him, he's not sure if he's can actually have you in this lifetime, it actually keeps him on the edge of his seat to perhaps try harder. So you affect him in that way, where he's not sure where he's at with you. Ooh, divine masculine, yes. So to me, the fact that we are getting the divine masculine pulling up here in your energy field, so how you're calling out to him, you're calling out to him in a very powerful way with that divine masculine, like you're really connecting. And wild child is also about letting go. You may have just completely let go of your masculine, so you're leaving him to his own devices, so he feels your absence. He may feel your energy, but he feels like, oh my gosh, like you're out in the world, you're a wild card, you could technically move on, I could lose you forever. This, I feel, is calling this masculine in to step up, to rise into his power, and to make a decision and to take action towards you. So this is fantastic. What else? We have demolisher. It says you have the ability to step out of the past and let go of old energies to step into the new with ease. You thrive on change. Fantastic. So again, this right here to me is almost like a tower moment for this masculine. There's this fear that's being instilled in him with your energy and your moves and wherever you're at right now, that he could lose you forever. So to me, this is like a firecracker under the ass type of energy for this masculine. If he doesn't shape up and really recognize things and take some actions and do something here, he may lose you forever. He could lose you to someone else. Yep, we have the Knight of Cups romantic gesture. So the thing is, you're still sending that energy of love. You're still sending that offer, but it's not in a way where you're waiting. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like this lighthearted energy that you're extending to this masculine. There's still that attraction there that you have. So it's a kind, loving presence and energy, but it also comes with, come correct. If you're ready to be serious and basically commit to me, then I'm open to this. I'm open to this gesture. So you're calling him in as in I'm open to communicate with you. And that's funny because everything that we can see right now that he is fearful of is telling us the opposite. He's fearful that he has ruined his chance with you. He is fearful that you're going to maybe laugh in his face or just ignore him completely. So maybe you are sending him encouragement, feminine, and you're sending him these romantic vibes or just these loving vibes from your heart to his. And I feel like maybe perhaps this is going to demolish those fears, or I don't want to say demolish, but it's going to help in demolishing those fears. And like the snake on this card, it's going to shed that old skin. And once this masculine can shed all of that fear, maybe that's when he comes forward with this cup of love and how he really feels about you. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get the energy of sent energy, which is what energy has your divine masculine sent to you most recently. So what is he sending your way, feminine? What is the energy he is sending your way? We have protection. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of different messages here with this one, but to me, this is a safe energy, kind of like, I want to protect you. I don't want to hurt you. I want you to know that you're safe with me. You can trust me. And we do have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is the painful ending that took place between the two of you. So it's almost like this masculine is sending this energy of, I won't hurt you again, or I don't want to hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to end things the way this pains me too. Also, I've been protecting myself from feeling this pain or feeling your loss. So he's sending you a mixture of energy, a mixture of messages, which is talking about his own fear of losing you, whether that's current or whether that's past. Also, I don't want to hurt you. I want to protect you. I want to love you. I don't ever want to hurt you in this way again. I'm sorry I hurt you. I want to just put my arm around you and say, I'm sorry. So that is what he's sending you, feminine. What else? We have cozy, wishing that he could just cozy up with you and that you guys could basically just connect in a very friendly way. Wishing you guys could just go back to being more friendly instead of maybe in this particular painful separation. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is I want to work on kind of snuggling up with you and being cozy with you and letting you in and being comfortable with you. So this masculine is sending you this energy. Feminine, you might feel your masculine vibe, like energetically by your side. You might feel when you're laying in bed or something, you might feel some sort of sensations that he's right there, or you're imagining that he's right there. And I'm getting here, it's because he's imagining that you're with him too. So that's the energy he's sending you. What else? We have breathe. He does want to breathe life back into this. Do you see how this masculine's coming through and wanting to pull the feminine through? He's wanting to save her. He's wanting to save her from going under. So it may be that you felt, feminine, that, this connection has been underwater for quite some time, and this masculine is wanting to breathe life back into this. We have the Nine of Wands. Knows that you've got your guard up. That's the Nine of Wands. Like, you guys have been through a lot here. Ten of Swords, very painful. So you guys have definitely been through something pretty major with your connection. And the Nine of Wands means, okay, you know what? My guard is up. I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to hurt you again. I don't want to go through this pain again. So this masculine feels your resistance. And so to me, it's like, ooh, interesting. The band, it's 80s, breathe, hands to heaven. That song is coming through for me. That pray that we'll be back together again someday. Yeah, so definitely listen to that song. I'll try to remember to put it in the description box. I sometimes forget though. And but yeah, that's the song that's coming through here for your masculine with what he's sending to you. Yeah, there's the divine masculine. So he's come up twice in this reading. So we're definitely plugged in, but this particular masculine is trying to step into his power. So that's what he's sending you, feminine. He's sending you just, where he's at and how he feels about himself. And that might be positive or negative, but he feels badly. Five of Cups means regret. I regret that I wasn't more mature. I regret that I hurt you. I'm very sorry that I ended things the way that I did, whether it was abruptly or it was just really painful or even just unnecessary actions. But he feels really bad for it, and he feels a lot of shame. And I do feel like he does want to stand up and take some sort of responsibility with that divine masculine energy. So maybe you guys are feeling these apologies. Maybe you guys are feeling just this energy coming from your divine masculine. And we have on the bottom of the deck the Queen of Cups. So to me, it's like you have your back turned to this masculine, and this is about him basically approaching you. You don't know he's coming, but he's thinking about approaching you, but he's afraid that you will have your back turned to him and that you won't give him the time of day. So that right there is all that sadness and regret where, I should have honored you when I had the chance, and I'm sorry I didn't. I realized when it feels like it's a little too late. So that's what we have so far. So what we're going to do, you guys, is we're actually going to go into some other messages here, and I'll show you what we're going to go into. So over on the extended, and I'll put that in the list or in the description box down below, as well as the pinned comment in the comment section. But we're going to go, why are you this masculine's chosen one? We're also going to go into a glimpse of your past lifetime with this masculine that refers to this one. We're also going to see when this divine masculine is seeing you or watching you, what's he thinking of? Also, what is the telepathic energy that's being transmitted between the two of you? How is your connection continuing to grow? And what is going to draw your two souls back together again in this lifetime? So anyways, if that sounds interesting to you, definitely join me over there for that reading. And thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading. Don't forget to give it some love if you feel, like you want to do that. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, thank you very much again. Take care. Bye-bye.